Mort, your host on Change Your Voice, Change Your Life. In studio with me is a young lady who has spasmodic dysphonia. It's called the strangle voice. I'll play the voice for you in just a moment. The subtitle of today's program is The Botox Voice. The Botox Voice. There's some controversy, not much, in the medical field about Botox and its outcome. Very minor. And my experience over the years is that the Botox, which is injected into the vocal cords basically, is not as effective as it's made out to be. Allergan, the maker of Botox, is very well intentioned, but the Botox shots have gone from 99% effective to other than that. This is a voice that you might recognize if you heard the voice.
Dr. Shots, Dr. Cyclone.
You hear the voice.
I feel like I'm going to maybe have some solution.
And the interesting aspect.
I've had 9 Botox shots. The first one worked successfully. The rest of them,
Okay. You've had 9 Botox shots?
Yes, I
Shots?
have.
What is your name?
Mary O'Donnell.
Where are you from?
I'm from outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
Why did you come to see me?
I came to see you because there was no other avenue. I had tried acupuncture, massages, Botox, speech therapy in the Boston area. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't getting better, and Botox was not an option anymore.
You had 9 Botox shots or 10?
9.
9. And of the 9 Botox shots that you had, how many were effective?
Well, I would say the first one was very effective in that it lasted 2.5 months. Mm-hmm. I didn't return until 5 months later because I wanted to get as much as I could. And the other ones, I maybe had 2 others that were somewhat effective, and the rest of them were complete failures to half, maybe not really, so-so.
So on a basic outcome of 9 Botox shots, how many were you satisfied with?
The first one that gave me back my net,
okay, so that
voice.
was 1.
Right.
What is the percentage of outcome then, if you figure it, 1 out of 9?
Not much.
Not much. The litany has been, folks, that it's 99% effective. That has been going on for years. You were not told it's 99% effective.
Well, I wasn't told a lot. This has been a journey of finding out what's what. Mm-hmm. I did the first 4 at Mass General Hospital in Boston. Mm-hmm. In the last 5 at Mass Pioneer Institute in Boston.
Mm-hmm. What was the outcome of the last Botox shot that soured you on Botox? Are you up to telling me?
Well, the last 2 that I had were in July of this year, 2007. The first one didn't take, and I went back, and it was a very difficult thing. You have to work with the doctor when you're having a needle stuck into your throat. You have to relax. I chose not to take Valium this last time. I thought I would have better relaxation. And it was took about 5 minutes anyway of him with a needle figuring out where he was putting it. And at the end of it, I went into the ladies' room and I was sobbing. I washed my hands and I coughed up a bunch of blood. I went back and down the hall. I knew it was pink blood, and I went back. And I saw the doctor coming up, and there was another doctor there, and I showed him the blood. He said, "Oh, that's normal. Don't worry about it."
That's normal.
Yeah, I was scared.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't find that normal.
No.
Doctor told you it's normal.
Yeah, don't worry about it. After Botox, that's normal. And I went on
Not
my
that
way.
I know of.
Well, you see a white coat, you believe it.
Yes, the white jackets apparently are very influential in you believing that Botox is a state-of-the-art treatment of choice. That's what patients are told. Clinically, I don't find that so. We get email, we get telephone calls, which I get permission to record. We get letters. We have a minister who had a number of Botox shots. In his letter, he said not one ever worked. We have patients who come in and tell me they've had 10 Botox shots, and they had one that gave them 1 day. Another Botox shot of the 10 gave them a week. So it's not effective from what I'm listening to and hearing. And blood after getting a Botox shot, I don't find is normal. We had a young man, David Walsh, you've met, who has SD. He's been on this program. He's getting a normal voice, and he sounded so good that Steve Krager, who does the show here, was amazed. He couldn't believe how good he sounds. David met a young man who had 15 Botox shots, and man in my office told us that he had 1 day of his voice and another time a week, and that's 15 Botox shots, and he cannot talk. His vocal cords are basically paralyzed. But the point I'm making is that Botox is iffy. Did they tell you that?
Well, at the very beginning, yes, they did. The doctor at Mass General said to me, we don't know if this will be successful or not. We can try it. Mm-hmm. And it was. He was very good at administering, quick, done and over. Mm-hmm.
Was that type of shot consistent?
No. The next time I went in, I had a younger doctor who had not done this very often, and that set me on the road of petrified to have to have another shot. Mm-hmm. I was scared after that because that was such a negative experience. Mm-hmm. He missed. And before I sought help, I didn't have any problem with my stomach. I felt fine. And then as I went down my journey of trying to find a solution, excuse me, I started getting burning in my stomach. I never had acid reflux. I didn't know what it was, but over this time I've gotten, my stomach has been worse and worse. Mm-hmm. I'm on heavy medication for acid reflux. And it makes me wonder, when you see that blood, some of that, I swallowed a lot of that blood. Some of that Botox wasn't in my stomach. Mm-hmm. Was it causing an irritation? Is that why I have a problem now with my stomach? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
So you had 9 Botox shots.
Yes.
1, correct me if I'm wrong, worked.
Worked perfectly.
Right.
It was classic.
Yeah. The other 8?
Some were a little bit better than the others, but none as good as the first one.
How many failed?
Definitely failed.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 6.
Mm-hmm. That's not a very good percentage of a surgical procedure in a Botox shot. But they're saying it's the state-of-the-art treatment of choice. We have a program I'd like you to see. It's called The Sally Show. Let's roll it in if we can and take a look at what a young lady said. Hi, I'm Mort Cooper, your host on Change Your Voice, Change Your Life. Subtitled today, What's Wrong with Your Voice? We have in studio Sylvia Cheek. She joins with me because she has a condition called the strangled voice. The strangled voice. You've heard about it before. It's when you have difficulty getting the words out and the sound isn't right. Let's hear what it's about. How long have you had this problem with the strangled voice?
I've had it for 34 years.
You've had it for 34 years.
Yes.
You're a young lady. You must have had it when you were very young.
Yeah, I think it started when I was about 18.
18.
Yes.
What happened? Do you recall?
Well, first of all, it was an automobile accident that caused some head damage. I had a tonsillectomy. I developed a horrible virus. I was sick for about 4 months. And then I lost my voice.
How long did the virus last?
About 4 months.
Did you notice the voice changing?
Yes. And I went for speech therapy. And immediately, because I was in college, was in my last.
All right, we're coming back right here. You're listening to this young lady who had 4 Botox shots. And then she went on Sally's show. I worked with her for a month, and she had a great voice. We're going to find that show so we don't go through the entire sequence with Sylvia. She prayed to get her voice back, the strangled voice, trying 4 Botox shots. It's interesting. The Botox voice is a very interesting outcome for people who have it. As I told you, we've had individuals who've had 15 shots. Recently, we had a young lady in the office who had 54 Botox shots over 9 years, every 2 months. We had somebody who had 23 Botox shots. They were on the show over 9 years. And the voice was iffy. Both of these individuals could get a normal voice by changing the voice. Now, the medical field says that this is a neurological problem. Were you told it's neurological?
Yes. I would say there was no cure, that it's neurological.
Okay. If you take your finger and put it on your stomach and go, do you feel your voice up there? Right. Were you able to talk in noise this past week?
Yes, yes.
And you said you never could.
Right.
You're squeezing from the lower throat.
Right, I am.
And what I'm trying to get you to do is talk up in the face around the nose with nasal resonance.
I'm learning that. It's a slow process, but I am learning that.
Mm-hmm. Plus the fact that your breathing is reversed.
Right, I have a hard time with that.
Now, the people in the medical world say that the breathing is impaired because it's a neurological problem. You have a dystonia. I cannot cure a dystonia, but I report ongoing cures for 35 years. So either I'm walking on water or the medical profession is wrong as to the cause of your condition. What else do they tell you about it being a neurological problem? Did they do an MRI, a CAT scan?
No, that was not offered.
Mm-hmm.
I was offered to go into a study, but never heard anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not much. I asked my last Botox shot. I asked them what's new coming down the pike? Any new studies, anything coming out? And I was thinking there'd be a whole array of things the doctor might think about. And the only thing he said was they're trying to work out a new, longer-lasting Botox.
Do you recognize the voice that you came in with?
Yes.